What's up? Happy Sag season. I'm a fellow Sagittarius, so feeling the vibes. But I was working out earlier. I felt the goddess Fortuna sort of tapping me on the shoulder, my goodness. And my Mercury's in Sagittarius. So as you can tell, I'm just like all over the place. But yeah, it was super weird because I don't typically work with this goddess. And the fact that she was just like, hey, sister, I have a message for you. I'm sharing this with you. I wrote her message here in my little grimoire. I hope you'll stick around because it's pretty interesting. Anyway, this is for anybody who wants it. Okay, you don't have to be Sagittarius just to take the message, by the way. But we are stepping into Sagittarian energy, and Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is expansion and luck and all the good things, all the big vibes. It's big energy. Jupiter is quite a big planet, so we're a lot. We're a lot of fun, but whatever. Anyway, um, this was kind of the vibe here. So in your natal chart, you have something called the part of fortune, and it falls under a specific sign, which is in a specific house. Your part of fortune is not like how you'll earn money per se. It's just more what brings you. It feels very. It's a place of ease for you, okay, and that might lead to your abundance. It might lead to opportunities and things because it's a place that you'll feel naturally like joyous. So things that you enjoy doing, and you might find that abundance follows because when you're in a state of joy and abundance, those are pretty high vibrational frequencies. And those high vibrational frequencies can bring in opportunities and abundance and all the yummy, yummy goodness. Sorry, I got cut off there, but the yummy goodness, right? So your part of fortune will fall under a specific sign in a specific house, and the sign will give you some of like the character traits or personality traits, while the house will kind of give you the area of said said thing. So um, think of it like this: the house represents the area, while the sign represents the psychology of it. Does that make sense? So, for instance, if you have like your part of fortune is in Leo in the 10th house, your creative flow or your flow state might be, um, creative and confident and expressive. But you might find that abundance happens in your career and in your public social life, right? That's where your abundance would be because it's in your 10th house, which naturally falls in your career and your public facing life. I hope I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't lose you. So this is why I like to tell people when they're talking about astrology that, yes, we love to look at the three main ones, right? Your sun, moon, and rising. It can make up a chunk of what happens to you in life, but it's not the end all be all. You make up a whole. There's a whole constellation that makes up the totality of you, and that's what's so brilliant. That's what I love about astrology as well. But anyway, so, for your part of fortune, of course, you're going to need your exact birth time, the where you were born, the location, and then, of course, your birthday. And hopefully, you know that at least. But I know some of you may not know your exact birth time, in which case you would just use midnight, though you'll have to, just know that your part of fortune may not be 100% accurate. So, you know, them's the breaks. Sorry, I keep cutting myself off, but I'm a zillennial, so what are you going to do? Okay, I'm going to read the message. By the way, you can hold the screen down and I will speed right up. If you didn't know, now you know. And at the end of this message, I do have some journal prompts for you. So hopefully you'll stick around and hopefully you'll decide to look up your part of fortune. All right, here's the message. If you feel called to expand this season, don't force the direction. Fortuna, the goddess of flow, luck, and divine favor, is guiding you to your natural lane of ease, the place where things click without strain. Look up your part of fortune on your birth chart to understand where your soul experiences abundance with the least resistance. Okay. Um, Fortune rises. When you rise in the direction your soul already leans or your soul naturally leans. So, your journal prompts, okay? Where does life flow for me naturally? Where does life flow for me naturally? In other words, where do I already like naturally feel like I'm in the flow? Like when I'm doing stuff, or what am I naturally good at? Hmm? Do you know? Is there something that you just have a natural thing that you just love doing? It just brings you so much joy. It doesn't even have to make you money. Like just something you enjoy, you truly enjoy doing. That's a journal prompt, okay? And then where am I resisting ease? Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be in regard to that, though I do kind of want you to see if you can draw a connection to the two things. Because I think if you can make that connection, it might lead to like a little bit of an aha, and you might actually see like, okay, I could see why I maybe resisted pursuing this thing or continue doing this or whatever it was for you. Okay. Sometimes it's as simple as like a little guilt. This shouldn't be a natural thing for me. It's stuff like that. It's so funny as humans. And then the last question I have is, how can I invite the goddess Fortuna into my life right now? So, this can be in the form of a letter, a prayer, a conversation, but I invite you to ask her where she wants to guide you just this season. Okay. I know I sure am because I get the sense that if this message is working with you today, she definitely wants to work with you. So talk to her, ask her to help. And if it's weird to you, like in terms of like thinking of her as like a being of being of light, whatever the case may be for you, you can always think of it as like an archetype or pattern of thought or whatever it might be for you, right? But this is in my humble opinion, I'm like, it's an energy, and it's an energy that we can all use more of, right? We all want, I want the best for you, and I'm hopeful you want the best for others as well. And the more of us who are shining the light in this world, the better off this world will be. So that is the message today. I'm so happy you were here, and I'm so happy that you stuck around if you did, and if you received it, if you did, um, that you received it if you did. Yeah. And happy Sag season again. Like I said at the beginning of this message, happy birthday to you if you're celebrating these next few weeks, and or today even, whenever you're coming across this message. I think that's all I got. As always, I'm sending you so much love and light and happiness and joy. And please be taking care of yourself whenever you can. Um, Call your power back. Okay. Know that you are always your best and most trustworthy guide in life. You are your own guru. You are the only person who has the power inside of you to do and be and become the very best version of you. No one outside of you can take that away from you. Okay. So don't let them. All right. Much love.